Broadcasting live from the Business RadioX studios in Atlanta, Georgia, it's time for GWBC Radio's Open for Business. Now, here's your host.
Lee Cantor here, another episode of GWBC Radio's Open for Business, and this will be a fun one. Today I have with me Madianite McNichol with Madianite Concierge Gifting Services. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, can you tell us a little bit about your service? How are you helping folks?
Madianite Concierge Services is a gifting experience company. Our main focus is to help that busy professional or that creative entrepreneur or innovative business to make an experience out of all their gifting occasion by taking the task of gifting completely off their hands and handling the entire process, from sourcing and branding their gifts to beautifully wrapping and delivering to their recipient. We handle the entire process, whether it is a gift, something tangible, or an experience that they'd like to curate for their gift recipients.
So now, what makes a good gift? How do you know what the appropriate gift is for your clients?
Well, that decision is really driven by a consultation that we would typically have with our gifter, if you would like to refer to them as that. The person looking to gift something would advise us on that recipient. Through a quick survey, we can determine whether that gift recipient is someone who would enjoy expensive wine, for example, or someone who enjoys craft, or someone who perhaps does not prefer chocolate or is allergic to nuts. And so the experience is really tailored and catered for that recipient so that it is something that is useful, but at the same time can convey the recipient's the gifter gratitude.
Now, how did you get into this line of work? Were you always good at getting people gifts?
It's funny you ask. I've always been creative, and so we discovered there were a lot of creative entrepreneurs or innovative businesses that were looking for unique but yet convenient way to engage with their prospect or their client. So it was a no-brainer that a service that can take that task completely off their hands so that they can focus on running the business was essential.
Now, what's been the most innovative or interesting gift you've ever gifted for someone?
Well, it's probably more common than people think, but for us was very interesting. For example, we had a client that reside here in Georgia, but really wanted to curate an experience for their son-in-law who was in the Virginia area, but was really into craft beer. So what we did is scour their location around the Virginia area and talk to different brewers in that area to create a one-of-a-kind experience for that son-in-law. With our concierge approach, we were able to put a package together that would allow them to taste craft beers, some souvenirs from different brewers, and really tailor and create a unique day for them. So although that sounds really common, but it was really something unique because it required some research.
Now, so your clients aren't necessarily business people. They might just be doing this for a relative? Correct.
So we provide there are two legs to our service. We provide a service for individual, and then we provide a gift event calendar management for business owners and events.
Now, being a business that is run by a woman, do you think that there are certain things that make it maybe more challenging than a woman that a man would face in business?
Absolutely. Women, there are many challenges that women entrepreneur, women in business face. One of them is really defying social expectations. in most cases, women in business are expected to be a little bit more subtle and not be as forward with their offering, especially during networking events. So it poses a challenge if a woman is a little bit too forward. You're perceived as aggressive, whereas if a male business owner may have had the same approach, then that would be, he would be considered a shark or someone who's very business savvy. But for women, it's perceived as aggressive. Another challenge we face is, and I think many business face that, is securing funding. A lot of women-owned businesses perhaps aren't taken as serious. They're probably perceived as hobbies, and so funding is not readily available. So that's two of the many challenges that women in businesses face.
Now, do you have any advice for a woman that's starting up a brand new business? What are some of the things that you wish you would have known when you started?
When I first started my business, one of the things I wish I knew early on is to be part of a community or part of an organization that will support and provide mentorship. Especially in my line of business, it was not in a financial arena, or one of those business arenas that are probably most common. And so for me, finding mentors and organizations that really could foster my creative endeavors was pretty hard. So I wish I knew more communities and women organizations that I could become part of to have that support.
Now, how has GWBC helped you?
GWBC was actually one of the organization that we stumbled upon that really has been instrumental in our growth, whether it was mentorship and really a wealth of resources that we could tap into. So that has been a great contributing organization to where we are currently.
And when you're going about doing your business during this difficult time, has there been any challenges that you've had to overcome during this crisis?
During this current crisis, this pandemic we're facing, some of the challenges that I think I'm facing and everyone is really finding unique ways to pivot and keep our business relevant. Although our business is one that you would think would be most commonly used around this time of this pandemic, because most people aren't able to leave their home. So using our service to stay connected to their loved one has increased, but sourcing the product that we need to provide a gifting experience has also been difficult. So finding ways to remain creative and sourcing product that's unique and really meeting the need of our client has been challenging. So we've pivoted with offering online tutorial where our client can probably design or create gifts that are that can be made from home with products that's already in their home. And so we're finding ways to meet that challenge by providing other options.
So you're spending some of your time educating rather than necessarily selling, but that way you can stay in front of the people that are important to you without being like kind of too salesy.
Exactly.
And it is a tricky time now. How do you think that businesses in general are handling this new kind of work from home environment where maybe they were used to going to an office and now they're at home and they got their kids and their spouse and it could get chaotic?
It could really get chaotic. One of the things I think business owners or people who were formerly commuting or having to leave their home to do business, it's hard for them now because they have to really find the balance. Because when you're home, it's hard to separate the two. You could have your business hat on all day, but finding the balance to take time away and, enjoy a walk or just really stepping away from your machine or your day-to-day routine to balance that work day out.
Now, in your business, you mentioned the importance of having a great support system, and you talked about GWBC. Are there other areas you go that kind of support you? Yes.
I have made it a point to join local chambers. Right now, we reside in Gwinnett, so being part of the Gwinnett Chamber of Commerce, being part of the Atlanta Black Chambers, and being part of different organizations that we can tap into for resources.
And then does that help you just find other kind of like-minded business people, or do you get some education, or do you get some business? Like what keeps you coming back to those meetings?
All of the above, really. There are resources for business owners, whether you're just starting out or whether you're a veteran. There's exposure to connection and also exposure to like-minded individual that you can collaborate with and be inspired. So really all of the above.
And now, if somebody wanted to learn more about your service and wanted to reach out to you, do you have a website?
Yes. You can, if someone was interested in our services, we can be reached at www.Madianite, which spells MADIANITE.com. That's www.MADIANITE.com.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story today.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
All right, this is Lee Cantor. We will see you all next time on GWBC Open for Business.